Greetings, adventurers. I am OmnusI, master of the lair of OmnusI, here for another quick one-shot session with you. These one-shot sessions are Lair of OmnusI level light. They're here to address a particular subject without prelude or treasure room or any of the other things my usual lairs occupy, in an effort to give to you content quicker and also to more spontaneously deal with things rather than a planned session. So, this particular thing is something I'm rather excited about. Dwarven Forge, a company that has been creating 3D dungeon equipment out of resin and now out of their new nearly indestructible material Dwarvenite, has a Kickstarter out called the Dungeon of Doom. It is, unfortunately, rather expensive, but the good news is I had some magic cards lying around, and some of them were fairly old, and my local game store owner buys magic cards that he quickly flips because he's very well versed in magic cards and very well thought of in the scene. So I will have a little capital around, and I will be investing in some of those dungeon tile sets. Now, it's not the first time I've done that. I've often lusted after their sets, which are top-notch. The resin sets were really well crafted and looked great, but they were really expensive too. Then they did this Kickstarter with their dungeon tiles, which I backed. And if you see me doing 3D dungeon layouts and things like that, it's going to be because I think for these kind of videos, it's a lot easier to look at when I've got something three-dimensional that I can take a picture of, but what could also be fairly well rendered on some sort of a battle mat with an appropriate marker or so. So, while I'm excited in the 3D dungeoning, the good old battle mat still has a good place on my table. And while I show it, yes, to a certain extent, I am showing off. Most of us gamers love to show off our toys. There's no doubt about it. And I think they're really cool. This new set is going to have all kinds of things with LED lights and magnetic wall tiles that can easily be adjusted to add effects, and it'll be really cool. And it'll also work well with the first Kickstarter I backed. The first one was a fantastic deal. You would get a set, and then the stretch goals got tremendous. That kind of works with the latest set, but instead they broke up the set with all these different encounter sets, which each of them have their own stretch goals, so you're no longer getting all of the stretch goals unless you back at the very top level. I'm not afraid of painting, so I don't have to buy the painted sets. Matter of fact, this is one that I painted. I gave it a nice dark temple black with a little bit of red in it, and a little silver paint for runes on the walls. I made an entire temple area for a particular dungeon crawl of mine. I think it looks pretty good too. These tiles take very well to paint, so I could even go garish, like the safety room that my player started in the latest little dungeon crawl I cooked up. So they could see very easily the room was separate from the others, and it was safe. It had this green color slathered all over. Or even the features like the demon door took well to some metallic coloring for the door itself, which is a nice little eye feature. So, just like to talk about this Kickstarter that I'm backing. I'm very excited for it. Won't receive the things until April of next year, but they proved that they were very spot on with their delivery goals and everything, unlike some other Kickstarters I could mention. Still waiting for my Massive Darkness Kickstarter. It's not here yet, even though it was supposed to come in April. I'm not bitter or anything, though. But I am excited for this. If you are also interested in 3D dungeon tiling, they have some nice little starter kits and things. It's not cheap. Certainly getting a battle mat like this and a bevy of Crayola water-based markers will get you more mileage. There's more that you can do, but if you're going to get into miniatures and you like the idea of the 3D set, it's not a bad Kickstarter to jump into. They have a lot of varied terrains and tiles. Of course, there are other sites, but we'll get into that in other episodes, different places that I found that also offer these things. So I'm really excited. In case you can't tell, I've said it a few times, and really looking forward to new stretch goals will be added and all the other things. Right now, it's well over $1.5 million in value that they have accumulated in pledges, and it looks like it's just going up from there. When I add mine, once I get the cards sold, you know, it'll be nice to watch and see the new stuff that I get. I won't be able to get everything. It's rather expensive. But I'll be getting a nice selection. So when April comes around, I'll be able to add those to my current set, and I'll be able to make a truly massive dungeon. So I'm looking forward to that. But that was my quick one-hit session. If you like this, please like and subscribe. I will try to make more of these. I'm actually having a fun time making these one-shot sessions. I think that you'll be seeing more of me in the future. And I don't mean I'm taking the turtleneck off. Get your mind out of the gutter. I'm OmnusI, Master of the Lair of OmnusI, thanking you for joining us this evening.